Hi, I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig. Callie and I have been down here in Mexico for the last 4 weeks, and we brought you into our base camp right now. Behind me, I have our water filtration system. So we've actually been getting water out of the tap and then putting it into the MSR Trail Base 4-liter. They also make it a little bit smaller, half size, 2-liter, if you don't need the full 4-liter capacity. Now, what we really like about this system is just how simple it is. You can see that we have one 4-liter bag here that's hanging off of our awning. This is simple to hang. You could do it from a tree, a fence post, anything that gets the bag up off of the ground. We'll fill that with our dirty water. It's clearly marked dirty water so that you don't accidentally flip-flop the bags. Get that up off the ground, connect the hose. This hose runs all the way down onto this filter, which the filter is then connected into the clean water bag, which you can see is clearly labeled as clean water. This bag just sits on the ground, and through gravity, the water flows from this one through that filter and then fills the 4-liter bag that's on the ground. This is a nice system because it's not a lot of work. You just let gravity do the work. All you have to do is fill the dirty water bag, let it flow down into the clean water bag, and now you have 4 liters of clean water. Something I like about this system is that MSR also has the dromedary. If you've ever seen those are bags that just hold water. They're awesome. Well, with this system, you're basically getting a dromedary out of it that you now have clean water in. You can take it with you, and it's easy to transport. When it's empty, you can easily roll it up and transport it back in a nice small enclosure. If we get down into the nitty-gritty of this system, the filter itself filters 99.9999% of bacteria, such as E. coli or Salmonella. Now, it also filters 99.9% Protozoa. This is going to be stuff like Giardia, which I did have earlier on this trip, but I don't think it was from the water. I think it was from the tacos. That's now been cleared up. The filter itself will do 1 liter per minute, and it has a useful life of about 1,500 liters. Now, this entire kit right here weighs 18.85 ounces. However, if you just want to take the trail kit, which is just the filter, I'll kind of get into that here in a minute, that filter comes in at 5.3 ounces. Now, I talked about hanging this bag up. This is really simple. It's just a clip that they've included on here, and it has a ton of adjustability to it. So if you really had something that was in large diameter, you can easily get around it by just loosening it up and being able to hook around it. Also, it just has a roll top closure. So if you're gonna fill it with water, I think this would be great for canoe trips that Callie and I like to do. You literally can open the entire top up. If you're at a lake, you can scoop completely into it, fill it up quickly. You roll this down, and after it's rolled about 4 times, that makes sure that no water will come back out. Clip it back, and you're ready to start filtering through that gravity feed system. Now, another nice thing that they've done with this bag, if you look at the bottom of the bag where the water outlet is, you can see that it's not at the very bottom. They've actually taken it up off the bottom probably about 2 inches. So if you have any large particulates, they're not going to go through this entire hose and clog your filter prematurely. They're going to settle to the bottom of this bag. One thing to note about this bag, right now we're in the shade, this is great, but it's a clear bag both up here and down here. The clear bag is wonderful to be able to see the water in it, see how full you're at. They obviously do have markings here, 4, 3, 2, and 1 liter. So if you're having to measure stuff, you can get down to the liter on it. But the downside to having the clear bag is that it does allow algae to grow. So Callie and I have had that a couple times where you can start seeing a little bit of green forming around the bag inside where there's been water sitting. It's been fairly easy to clean, especially this one because the top just unrolls and you can easily get in there and clean it out. On this one here, the bottom of it is just a cap that unscrews, so it doesn't have quite the access to be able to get into it as that one does, but with a few tools such as a coat hanger, you can get in there and kind of scrub it out. Another nice feature with this cap is you saw how large you can get it, but you can also unscrew a different portion of it and get a smaller water spout out of it, and if you put that back on, it has another spout that just pops down and gives you a really small stream. So you kind of have three options on how quickly you want to get the water out of it. I mentioned the trail filter kit on this. You can easily take this apart just by pinching the bottom of it, and this filter comes off. You also have on this hose another pinch clamp that prevents any water from coming down the hose when you have this disconnected. But just for reference, if I open this up, you can see how much water is just coming through this right now just from gravity. If I push on the bulb, I can get more water to come out of it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and close this just by pinching on this, and if I pull this apart, you can see that I now have this system right here. Now if I grab Hank's water bowl here, there's just a little bit of water in it, but what you can do if you're at a stream, you can actually take this portion and put it into the stream, lake, whatever your water source may be, and you can just push on the bulb, and by doing that, you can get filtered water right out of the end of this bulb, and it's pulling the water out of your source, such as a stream or a lake. You can also take this, put it right into your mouth, drink right from the source. You could easily fill a water bottle with this as well. So if you do want to go a little bit more light and a little bit more compact, you can take just this system if you find that that's a necessity. Another nice feature that we found with the trail base is using just this right here. This almost acts like an outdoor shower. Maybe not quite as much pressure, but you've got the bag hanging here. The sun heats it in the daytime. It's great because the water's nice and warm, but what we'll use this for is dishes, washing our hands, washing our face. So like I said, this is the dirty water, but it's coming out of a spigot here. We don't want to drink it, but we don't have any issues with doing the dishes with it or washing our hands. The clamp, all you have to do is open that up, and once it's opened, you can see that the water easily comes right out of this. Like I said, if you're washing your dishes, washing your hands, it works very well for that. If you got it up nice and high, if you wanted to, you could totally take a shower in it. Callie would complain though because there's not enough pressure to wash the shampoo out of her hair. Overall, I'm impressed by the entire trail-based system. At first when we got it, I thought that it was going to be a lot of different moving parts and it was going to be cumbersome, but really all it is the clean bag, the dirty bag, this hose, and your filter. Those four things make up the entire system, and if you don't need all of those for your trip, just this one will do the job for you as well. They do seem rather durable. I wasn't really sure when I first got them out of the package. I was like, I don't know how durable these bags are gonna be. I'm used to the dromedary that they make, which is like a Cordura fabric. I mean, it's very durable. This is not that. I think with lightweight comes less durability. It's kind of a trade-off. However, I think that MSR has done a great job by making this all lightweight, yet it's still pretty durable. I wouldn't want to take it and drag it through the rocks, but if you're hanging it on trees, you're hanging it on rocks, hanging it on your van, it's going to be just fine. I think it's going to give you years and years of use. Also, what's great is once you're done with this, these bags roll up, as you can see, into a very small size. Once everything's rolled up, it fits really nicely into the stuff sack that they provide. So even though it's 4 pieces, it's easy to keep organized. Again, this is made by MSR. It's the Trail Base 4-liter. If you're interested in the 2-liter, check it out on their website. Same system, smaller size. Thanks for watching. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. Also, if you're wondering where we are or what we're up to, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Adventure Rig.